Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. Happy Friday, a couple of days to go till Christmas. Hope you're all well. Tonight we are going to cover some trading, some charts, some analysis, and look at some of our copy trading results as well. So hope you're all doing well, and we're going to dive in and start with Bitcoin. Who's all in the chat? Let me know who's in. Hopefully we've got plenty CC Pro members in as well, as everyone looking to learn a bit of TA, a bit of charts and analysis. Don't worry Mikey, we're here. I know you were worried. First one on. Nice. So let's dive into Bitcoin. Start with the daily chart. As you can see, we did have a bit of a dump down last Monday, corrected and then bounced back up. Now, for me, I think Bitcoin's still got another leg to go. I don't think we're done yet. I think there's a higher price target, but we'll talk about that shortly. How we all doing? David's in. Bugsy Malone. Tony. Nice to have you all. So this is kind of what's played out on the Bitcoin price on the shorter time frames. So we were in this descending triangle. We broke out, tested at support, and then broke up. And we've kind of been consolidating here for a few days now, holding this 43.5 level as support for a few wicks down. That's to be expected. People are just testing the support and resistance levels at this stage. There's a lot of buying power in the market, in my opinion, and people are just kind of waiting it out just to see if there's going to be a correction. I think there's a lot of people waiting on the sidelines expecting a dump, and that's when they're going to deploy money, and you can see that. So every time the price dumps to a key level and then falls through with a wick, it gets bought straight back up. It's just, there's loads of buying powder on the sidelines. There's loads of dollars sitting on exchanges waiting to buy these dips. For me, I still think we get to 47.5, maybe 48k before we see a decent flush, a decent correction. Evening JJ, good to have you. If we look at the 3-day chart as well, you can see this trend line that dates back all the way to last November time, December. We've not came back and tested that for support. That's kind of an area I'd be looking for, maybe before the halving. If we were going to get that pre-halving dump that everyone talks about, then it's this yellow line that I'm expecting us to go back to. And as you can see, maybe somewhere around 38k, maybe a bit lower, 37.5. That might be somewhere that we correct back to. How's everybody found the music? Does somebody want to give me a music check? Is that a bit better? A bit louder there. Get the tunes on. It is a Friday night after all. Everybody still hear me? So yeah, so this yellow line's kind of what I'm watching, and if we did get a check back to this level, that would be a massive level to go long on. So these are levels on Bitcoin I'm looking at, and we have traded it pretty successfully recently. So if we go back to a shorter time frame, we traded it all the way from $40,500. So we actually, if you're not familiar with the copy trading, we do all the trading for you. Bit loud. There we go, that should be fine. Let me know. Is that better, Neil? There we go. Right, hopefully that's good. So, if you're not familiar with the copy trading, if you're not in CC Pro, you're missing out on massive gains. So far, the copy trading portfolio is up 3x since we started it. So, Dex made a few videos recently. I think in the summer he did it. He tested out BitGet and the copy trading. Put in 2 grand. He was up at 5 grand at one point and lost it all because we'll talk about it shortly, but the traders just don't care about risk management. All they care about is followers making trades, and they earn a fee off everyone else that copies their trade. We obviously have a responsibility to our community, to CC Pro. If you're not in it, we'll go through it shortly. But when we trade with strict risk management. In our copy trading portfolio, we put $1,000 in at the start of October, and we've already tripled it. It's at $3,000 right now. So that's just from strict risk management, picking out really good trades, and then taking profit and skimming profit as much as possible. And that's what we did with this trade. So Bitcoin dipped down here. I think we had a limit set, so I think we got in around here, and we traded it all the way up to 43,500. So just about here. So that was a nice 7% move. We traded it on 20x leverage. So nice bit of profit for all our members there. And we just took the profit. We could have held on and got more, but you risk being greedy and you risk missing out on those gains. Is everybody following us? How many people are in the copy trading? Let me know if you're following us. Let me know if you're on the copy trading, how your portfolio's looking. I'm imagining it's looking pretty good. Yo, Mikey, good question. So with the copy trading, the minimum position size is $10. So I would say you probably want to put $200 to it, because we recommend 5% per trade. So $200, put it in, and then you also have to just factor in that you're looking for percentage gains. You're not going to make $5,000 from $200 in a really fast couple of weeks, but as long as you're making 10% here, 10% there, it all adds up. And that's kind of the name of the game with copy trading, with trading in general. It's all about taking wins, minimizing losses, and just continuing to trim profits. We can actually show you some of our trades. So right now, hopefully you can see this. These are our current trades. We're going to spend a bit of time tonight looking at why we took these trades. But if you look at these trades right now, we have 7.5% profit, 7% profit, 9% profit. Uniswap, 95% profit. Litecoin, 32% profit. Filecoin, 92% profit. 1inch, 86 profit. And then 8coin is at 33% loss. So as you can see, we're in massive wins just now. And if we look at the position history, we've just been taking profit for a couple of losses, but over the course of the last 3 weeks, just been taking profit and just continuing, finding trades, take profit, finding trades, take profit. Let's see what we're saying in the chat. Up 400%. Wow. Have exited some trades myself, which I think has helped. Thanks very much, Ross. Yeah, to be fair, the copy trading is going really well. Obviously, the market's very well positioned right now, and we're just taking advantage of the market. Try to find really good trades. We set the stop loss, we set the take profit level, and so far so good. 3x our portfolio in 3 months, 2 months. Yeah, less than 3 months. That's a good return by MD's level, and it's just a small percentage of our overall holdings. You know, we're still dollar cost averaging into coins, still buying as much seed rounds, which everybody in CC Pro will know about, still buying altcoins when they dip down to low prices. The trading's just a small percentage of what we do, but it's proven very profitable, and it allows us to maximize our gains when the market's going up and then still make money on the way down. So if you're not in copy trading, get involved. The link's in the description for tonight's video. You need to set up an account using our link and then follow us. So that was the Bitcoin trade. Let's have a look at some other trades we're in. We'll come back to Ethereum because, as always, there's a bit of a story with Ethereum. If we look at Uniswap, let's go in the higher time frames. So this is what we look for when we're trading. Now, nothing's an exact science with trading. You have to remember it's rough levels. You've got a lot of people trying to manipulate price, but we can see this level here was kind of interacted with 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So this is like the floor for Uniswap, but we can also see that it was in a downtrend, quite a clear downtrend. So there was a high, then there was a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So we could see that it was in a downtrend, pretty obvious to see for everyone. So we can link these kind of pivot points, and when that breaks, we know that is a great time to enter the trade. So if anyone's been in the copy trading and paying attention, Uniswap has literally been probably our most profitable coin that we've traded since we started. It's just been so easy to trade. We traded, this purple line is the 200 daily moving average. So when we broke above it, we traded this and we ran it up, say 10%, closed out. It kind of consolidated here, and then we got the break of this downtrend. But at the same time, we also got the break of the 3-day 200 moving average. And again, we traded that. I think we traded up another 10%. Like I say, it's been a very profitable coin for us. Came back, tested it as support, entered again, traded up, and just today it whipped down. I think it was today or yesterday, and we entered again because it's just given us such strong support and resistance levels that it makes sense for us to be in this trade. We've also tested this resistance now 3 times. Rule of 3 tells me that we might get a break of this level on the next test, and that'll send Uniswap up to around 762, which from here is about a 19% move, 10x leverage. You're getting 190% returns just on that. So that's what we're looking for when we're trading. We're looking for clear levels that we can enter, but also clear levels where we can exit, because we know if we got a daily candle close below this purple line, we would just exit the trade because it's broken the daily moving average. If we got a daily close below this trend line, we could exit the trade, and so on and so on. It just becomes about building confidence around your thesis. So that's Uniswap. Uniswap, like I say, most profitable coin we've had in the copy trading so far. Let's have a look at the chat. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, that's the thing with copy trading. If you want to close trades manually, feel free. Take profit whenever you like. Take wins. That's what we always say. So some of our trades, let me see, Ethereum. Let me go to Ethereum, for example, on the daily chart. So yesterday, I woke up and there was loads of news on Twitter. There was loads of headlines about how Ethereum was a scam. I'll show you some just now. So we had Peter McCormack, who I actually really like, saying remember ETH. But this guy who was quite a big following, saying ETH had an issue. David Bailey, another massive account on Twitter, saying ETH's over, it's done. And then obviously these 2 big accounts saying Ethereum has obviously been a scam. So I just looked at the chart, and it had kind of been forming this downward trend, but it bounced off this trend line here, which dates all the way back to December 2022, similar to Bitcoin. So it bounced off that and it closed here, green candle, looked pretty nice, and it was easy to set a stop loss because all I had to do was enter here, and if we got a close below this level, I knew it was probably going to dump, and if we got a daily close below this trend line, I knew it was probably going to dump. And we set our target up here, and for me it was an easy trade. When everybody's screaming something's going to zero, something's going to dump, chances are it's probably not. That's kind of my attitude I know Dex made loads of money off Meta from that exact same attitude. So yeah, so we traded this. We got in at 2,205 and we closed somewhere around here. We made 100% profit on this trade. I think we closed at 105%, but our target was up here. Now, a lot of people will say, why didn't you hold out and wait for this proper take profit? Well, two reasons. One, it's Christmas. Anything could happen in the markets because there's low volume at this time of year. It's like a bank holiday weekend. There's low volume, loads of manipulation. And also two, if you can make 100% profit in less than 48 hours, take it. Get out of the market. That is an easy trade. We entered based on trying to prove everybody else wrong, basically. And we made 100% in 30 hours, which is easy work. And then we could focus on some other trades. De-risk. I think we had 14 trades open at one point. We've calmed that down to 10. And we're just going to skim some profits. So that's the story on Ethereum. Easy way to trade, and also a lesson about don't hold out just for a take profit target. Take profit when you feel comfortable. Alright, does anyone have any coins they want me to check out as well? Drop them in the chat. If we get to, what will we say, 15 likes, we'll start looking at people's coins. So run up the likes, drop some coins, and I'll do some TA on your coins, and we'll see if we can find some trades that we could possibly put on while we're on stream. Let's look at another trade. So we dropped this trade. Let's find. So this is CRV or Curve DAO. So we dropped this. We couldn't take this as a copy trade, but again, easy downtrend to spot. The daily 200 moving average, we've now broken above it right at the point of the trend line, and we've also came back and back tested this trend line for support. So feeling pretty confident we can see this one bounce. I would reckon we'll hit this target. Might be a slow burner, this one, but you can also see the pattern. All altcoins have done this pattern. They create a low, came down, they went through this accumulation phase deep in the bear market, and now they're starting to break back above some key levels. Yo, Hassan, it's hard to say. Depends on the market. It's yeah, it's hard to tell. We so far we put $1,000 in at the start of October, and we've got it up to $3,000. So yeah, it's not a. There's no guaranteed income. It's obviously risky. So we wouldn't be able to say you're going to make an income off it. So that is CRV. Hopefully some members took this, and we're also in XLM. So Stellar Lumens, which hasn't really done a lot, similar to XRP, but it does seem to be adhering to this upward sloping trend line. Bounced off it here, with a nice double bottom, and it's just recently bounced off it. So we've entered this. It's also above the 200 daily moving average. Our target's just here, but we'll probably enter this again. So if we take profit here and it breaks above, we'll probably enter on the retest because it could go much higher. So the target for a breakout of this structure would be up here. Let's zoom out. Up here, so around 17.5 cents. So we will re-enter that. Let's zoom out and see what that level actually is. So That's about 17.5 cents there. So the target lines up with a previous support and resistance. So yeah, that would be a nice trade. Nice trade to take. So we'll see how this plays out, but we'll be taking profit here anyway and getting out the trade. One inch is breaking out as well of this massive fallen wedge, and again we've entered here on the break, so looking really strong. So that's kind of the copy trades we've got in play just now. Like I say, we've got about 10. If you're not following along, I suggest having a check out the videos we've done, check out Deck's videos from the previous time he tested it, and as always, make sure you check out CC Pro. Let's see what the chat is saying. Let's have a look. I tell you what, anyone that's not in CC Pro, drop an emoji in the chat, because I've got something special for you guys that I'll go through later on. So anyone that's not in CC Pro, drop it in the chat and I'll go through something later on for you guys especially, but I just want to see how many people aren't in CC Pro that are on. Let's have a look at GensoKishi for the man JJ, because it's actually a lovely looking chart. So this is the 3-day chart, but this purple line is the daily 200 moving average. So if I flip over, you can see it's red there, it's purple on this screen, so that we can see it on both. So this is a 3-day chart, just so we can zoom out a bit. For me, MV looks very bullish right now. So we've been in this downtrend, pretty horrific, pretty steep downtrend. We bottomed out, came up, had a bit of a pump and then a dump, and then we've came back up and broken this trend. Well, a lot of help from CC Pro members. And we've came back and tested the 200 moving average as support with a candle close. Let me make sure you can all see that. So we came up, tested this as resistance, bounced back, formed support here, which just so happens to be a previous resistance for all these wicks. And then we broke above the trend line, came back, tested the trend line as support with a wick, and closed a daily candle above the 200 moving average. The confluences, the coincidences with this chart are unreal. So now for me, we look like we're ready to go. These two big wicks, let me highlight them. So this one, it's not going to work, is it? So this wick here and this wick here, for me, those are sell orders. So that's people that have got sell orders in place on MV or GensoKishi. We've wiped them out now, in my opinion. We've taken those sell walls out, so there's less resistance above us. That's why the Rule of 3 exists, because we test it once and we get sold off. Test it again, sold off. Test it again, sold off. There's no more sellers. The sellers have been removed. So the next time we pump up here, probably anything above, say 0.06. So what's that, 6 cents? I think we pump, and we might fill this liquidity here in this big candle. So could see 9 cents the next time we get a big pump in MV, which it looks ready. It looks very, very bullish to me. A lot of CC Pro members holding MV, and we'll check out some of the other coins. Let's see what the chat's saying. Check out Cardano. So let's show Cardano on the weekly. So we dropped this as a swing trade for alpha members here when it broke this trend line, and since that day it is up 93% move for Cardano. And our target was this dotted line, and we missed it. So far we've missed it by less than a cent, less than 1 cent. So that was our target for CC Pro Alpha members. When it broke here, you can actually see it on the 3-day chart. We broke above. We tested that line as support, the trend line, which dated back to May 2022. And we set this as our target. And we've so far missed it by 1 cent. So, but if you took the trade, it was a really nice trade. You're up over 100%. If you didn't use leverage, if you used leverage, you're probably up 1,000%. Minimum. We also took this trade. So after it broke out, you'll find this with coins. So they go through consolidation periods at different points on the chart. So it's not just straight up, it's not just straight down. So we broke the trend line, pumped, went into consolidation, and the price gets tightly squeezed. So it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and you can see that here. So it's up, down, tighter and tighter. It's like a coiled spring, and then eventually it explodes. And we traded Cardano here when it hit this trend line for the 3rd time, and as you can see, it absolutely erupted after that. Even if you took it there, that's a 55% move. So multiple trades inside other trades. It's just a thing of beauty, some of this TA, to be fair. And there is some perfect charts out there. So that's Cardano. For me right now, it might go again. It wouldn't surprise me if it went again. Cardano's one of those coins that takes a while to do anything and then it goes mad. But this is kind of my level, 69 cents. If it breaks that, I mean, this is what it did in 2021. It was basically straight up once it broke 36. It's like up, yeah. So from here, your next target, 69 cents, then 78, and then above that here, 118. So 118 is probably the high target, but quite risky entering it now because it's already moved 100% in the last, 12 weeks. So you move 100% and then you enter it, you've got a lot more downside risk. What I would say is, if we get above, this is the 200 week moving average, this red line here. If we get above that with a weekly candle close, then that would be a good signal that you could enter, and you could set your stop loss down here somewhere. Enter around here, and if you rode it up to 118, it's a 75% move. But that would take probably months to play out and a lot of chopping. So you just need to be careful. Once something's ran this much, if you're holding it in spot, then fine, it's looking healthy. Leverage trades at this stage are quite hard. Let's see what's happening. The only thing with this is Gary. The only problem with this is, look at the chart. Some of these smaller coins don't have a lot of data to actually use. I suppose it also depends when you bought it. that's probably a level of support there, 0.003. But if you're up 40k, I'd take the win. It's only on Gate.io. Yeah, depending on when you bought in. So I guess it's launched here. Yeah, peak bull run. It launched the week of the all-time high for Bitcoin. And then 389. If it ever goes back to 389, it'll have done well. Yeah, if you're up 40k, I would. Yeah, that might be one to take profit on. I doubt it's ever going to go back to 389. That's what, 1000x from here. Yeah. Do what you will with that. It's hard to do TA on things like that. Small, like unknown projects that aren't really listed anywhere, because they all will just look like this. Massive sell-off. So let's have a look. What's happening? Sol is definitely burning up the charts, David. Yeah, it is. Solana is... The hilarious thing about Solana is it was getting absolutely crucified down here. There was people talking about it going to $2. I think it went as low as, what, that, 8? And FTX were selling their holdings, and it was going to crush the market. It was going to bring the market down, and it is up 450%. I think this is the point where we... Is this the summer? No, here. So in the summer, there was loads of news stories that FTX, Celsius were all liquidating whatever Solana they had left to try and pay their bankruptcy. Let me grab a drink. So there was loads of, for anyone that doesn't know, there was loads of stories. Celsius, FTX were going to liquidate their Solana holdings in order to pay some of their debtors, the amount of people that they owed because of their bankruptcy. And we looked into it, we did some research, looked into it, and they only held like $200 million worth of Solana, which is nothing in the, it was like 0.3% of the circulating supply. There was no way that was going to crash the price. And we were right. If you had just bought some, no leverage, you're up 6x from that news story. And it's the same as the story I told about Ethereum. You hear all this horror stories, it's going to zero. That's probably the time you should buy something. BNB just went through the exact same thing. I remember everybody, in fact, sorry to call you out, JJ, but I remember going on a live stream around here and you were dying to short BNB, dying to enter a short. And I kept saying, we've not broken a key level. If anything, you would long here because the risk reward favors upside. Everybody was piling in, everybody was saying it was going to zero, and we're currently up at $271. We're back above the 200-day moving average, the 200-week moving average, and we're about to break the downtrend. And if we break the downtrend, then we'll probably hit $400 not long after. So buy fear, sell greed, easy. Buy low, sell high. Don't sell low. That's how you get wrecked. So anyone that's not in CC Pro, not signed up, you are missing out on all this information that I'm talking about, but we put this out every single day. We put out hours and hours of it. We share all the analysis we can find that benefits our members to make as much money as possible. We have an alpha section which covers some alternative investments, which I'll show you in a second. But we have a podcast, we have all the market analysis, And we'll also give you a real opinion, which is so rare in today's market. We'll tell you what we think of a story, rather than just, this is a story, go and make up your own mind. We'll tell you. It's like the Celsius Solana story. We gave our opinion. We could have been wrong, but we looked at it. We gave our opinion based on experience, and we were right. Yesterday, we saw all this FUD against Ethereum, and we took action. We went and bought Ethereum. We longed it. We put leverage on, and we were right. So you're not just getting a chart thrown at you and you have to find it yourself. You're actually getting opinions and analysis from people that have been there and done it. So if you're not in CC Pro, get involved. You're missing out. And also, everybody that's watching this stream, crypto's quite a lonely place. So why not gift CC Pro to somebody for Christmas? It's the perfect Christmas present. And if you're not aware, you can earn a cut of the revenue. So let me show you how it's done. If we can find it. Here it is. So this is how it works. If you sign somebody up using your referral code and they sign up to Alpha, you get 20% of their monthly fee. What an easy way to sign somebody up. If they sign up for CC Pro, you get 15%. So take somebody along with the journey with you. Show them your gains that you've probably made. If anybody in CC Pro that's been in it for longer than the last 3 months isn't in profit, I'll be very surprised. Something's gone wrong somewhere. So sign one of your friends up, some of your family, even get them to give it a try. Put some skin in the game, and I guarantee they'll thank you for it, because we're literally showing up day after day with all the information you need. Losing my voice. It's not even Christmas yet. There's also, we're not going to touch on it too much on this stream, but we have some massive things coming in 2024. One of them, which is coming next week. I know it's not 2024, but it's coming next week to CC Pro members. We're not going to talk about it tonight, but it is a key reason why you need to be in CC Pro going forward. Right, I'm going to show you an alpha investment that we dropped a few weeks ago. So we drop alternative investments like gold, silver, stocks, shares. In fact, I'll show you two, because one of them you'll definitely all know about if you've been paying attention to Deck for any length of time ever. So this is the Under Armour chart. So Deck had held a position in WWE, which then got bought over, and he took profit, and then he rotated into Under Armour. And we put this in alpha. Let me zoom out. It actually looks quite like an altcoin chart, to be fair. Came down, tested the low, had a bit of a pump, came back down, tested the low. So he bought in around $6.50. Yeah, is that what that is? Let's see. Yeah, around here. So he rotated his profits from WWE into Under Armour, and currently that stock is up 37.5%, but you're talking, what, 2 months? 2 months for 37% move in a stock or share. Anyone on stream or anyone that's watching this back that invests in stocks and shares, they move 37% in like 5 years, 10 years. To do that in a couple of months was amazing, and it was literally timing the bottom, buying the bottom, because we knew it was such a low price, and he's up 37.5%. So this is the one we gave alpha members recently. So this is Iris Energy, which is a Bitcoin miner. And we were basically looking at the market and saying all these companies want exposure to Bitcoin before the ETF, and they can't buy Bitcoin as a company. You can buy it personally, but they can't buy it as a company. So how are they going to get exposure? They're going to buy Coinbase, which is absolutely ripped this year. They're going to buy MicroStrategy, which is also done really well. They're going to buy miners. So we gave this to our alpha members as an alternative investment. Just here, it was 360. I think it was 362, but basically here. And Iris is up 130% in 4 weeks. 4 weeks, 130%. So I know there's definitely one member, Marcus, that I know is up in a pretty profit from that. But that's alpha, so it just gives you a sneak preview of there's always ways to make money. And alpha is also alternative investments. You get the live stream every Monday, which we have a bit of discussion on, and we'll find ways to make money even when the crypto market's boring, or just to hedge yourself so you've got a bit of diversification. So that's alpha. So like I say, if you're not in CC Pro, or if you've got friends or family that think they want to get involved but they don't know how to, just sign them up. One thing you'll find, and this is kind of my rant, this is my dawn piece. So one thing you'll find in investing, pretty much in anything, even in like fitness, but definitely in investing, is your friends and family probably won't listen to you because they're like, who are you to listen to? But when they see it written down in CC Pro, when they see the results of other people, when they hear me or Don or Deck talking, they'll listen. But they won't listen to you because they're close to you. So they have this automatic assumption that you don't know what you're talking about. It's a weird way human philosophy works. But if they want to get involved, they want to start earning some decent money from trading, from investing, you've got to sign them up and just buy them the first month as their Christmas present. And if they don't like it, they don't like it, but I assure you they're going to get a lot of value out of it. Anyway, that's my spiel on that. Let's do something that I love doing, and that is highlighting scammers. So Dex mentioned this a lot recently, and just how we differ from the normal copy traders. So I've got a great example for y'all. So when you enter a trade, your liquidation price, or the point at which you lose your account because you get liquidated, is based on how much you spend on the trade versus your overall balance. So if you've got 10 grand in your account and you put a $10 Bitcoin long on, your liquidation price is probably like $3,000. So you're never going to get liquidated. And that's what these copy traders do. So let's look at Winmore. Great name, to be fair to him. Winmore has a 16,000% results. So if you're the average person, you look at that 16,000%, hell yeah, get me involved in that. You stick $1,000 in, $100 a trade, you expect to make $16,000. He's made 32 grand profit, which I don't even know how it's possible. But look at his followers. I actually don't know how to zoom in on this, but look at his followers. His followers have lost over $102,000 by following a guy that's got a 16,000% win rate. How's that possible? It's because he's putting on $10 trades and he's got a liquidation price at like $1,000 Bitcoin, but you're following him. You're putting a $100 trade, and your liquidation price is like 1% away from where Bitcoin sits. So all you need is Bitcoin to move 1% the wrong way, you get liquidated. It's actually scandalous, but stay away from people that are called Winmore. And that's why the fact that we've 3x'd ours, okay, 300%, it's not 16,000%, it's done in a safe way. We come on stream, we explain it, we show the charts in CC Pro, and yeah, we show up. So yeah, get involved. Any other questions, or does anybody have any other coins they want me to look at? I've just kind of been ranting for 10 minutes. Martin Spence, is this Spency? Copy trades have basically paid for my yearly alpha subscription. Wow, there you go. Right, let's have a look at some other potentials. Here's another thing we look for, is just key levels being respected. Anyone that doesn't follow Mitch Ray, he always says TA was respected. Well, look, we took Matic the other day, or Matic, whatever. So this was support, 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 and then it flipped, and it was kind of resistance, support, and then we back tested it. But we had also just broke out of the downtrend, and I think we closed this long. I think we only took like 5% profit on this one, just because we were de-risking. But again, we're going to get a 3-day close in tomorrow night above this red line, and again that gives us another excuse to go in the trade. So the great thing about crypto is there's always opportunities. Waves as well. Waves has done amazing recently. This trend line is perfect. We actually traded the 200-day moving average up to this level, 22% move, and then a breakout of this. It actually looks like it's getting ready to go again. Let's have a look at this. I don't even know how to say it. BYBIT. Is this the AI coin? I'm sure this is an AI coin. I've looked at this before. Again, hard to... When did it... I bet it launched in a stupid time as well. Yeah, April 2021. Right before Bitcoins. So, to be fair, if it closes above here, then I would expect it to start challenging these levels. Let me draw it on for you. It's kind of trying to form that as support. You've got all this noise in here, all these wicks. But yeah, if it closes above here, it looks pretty bullish. It actually looks like it's kind of penning out as well. So it's kind of doing something like that. So if you get a breakout, then yeah, if it breaks out that, it's probably got to 17. But if it breaks down, you're talking maybe 7. But it doesn't look terrible, to be fair, in the grand scheme of things. I've read about this. I'm sure it's an AI coin or something to do with that. I think AI hype will probably come back, but for me, the biggest narrative so far that seems to be developing is gaming, Web3. So yeah, it looks alright. Hopefully you were buying down here. This was the time to buy this coin last year. You had 222 days to buy the very bottom, so hopefully you bought it here, and then it doesn't really matter because you're sitting in pretty profit and you just hold out until you get up to what, 80 cents. Probably a good area for it. 8x from here, but 80x from the bottom. That's what I'd do. Borg, yeah, we could look at Borg, of course, and then we'll look at Opulous as well. Is it not updated? Surely it is. Problem with Borg is it's not actually on anything other than Bitfinex. Yeah, here it is. So you don't actually get a lot of data, and because it's just migrated, Bitfinex have only got it since October, so you can't, what can you do with this? There's no TA you can really do with this until it's got some history. So that's why we never really post these types of charts about CHSB or Borg, because there's just not enough data. Once it's live on more exchanges, we'll get a lot more data. We'll actually be able to use it. So let me check. Here we go. So yeah, so that's why we don't share Borg. But for me, anything sub 20 cents, bargain. Hopefully a lot of our members scooped up down here In fact, this isn't even the right chart. If they deleted it. So this is somehow the CHSB token. But yeah, it was down as low as 11 cents, maybe a wee bit lower, 10 cents. Hopefully a lot of our members that are in Borg, hopefully they're holding Borg, and hopefully they're staking Borg after my rant on my podcast. But yeah, this was the time to buy Borg. I still think sub 20 cents is a great price.
Drive my body.
Let's have a look at Opulous. There we go. Opulous played out perfectly. Let's go into a higher time frame. So if anyone doesn't know, we released Opulous almost a year ago. I think it was the 17th of January. That'd be right? Yeah. 17th of January it was. We launched Opulous as a potential 100x gem. It was about 4 cents then. Yeah, 17th of January, just below 5 cents. And we are now up at 14. We got this nice massive pump when we released it, came back down, and just recently we posted this in CC Pro and told members we think something big is coming for Opulous. It had pumped off the lows, it was forming this pennant here, and I think we gave the target, so the way you would work out a target is just the height or the size of the pennant. So we gave that as a target and it smashed that, to be fair. 14.5 cents, smashed through that, went as high as 19. And then all the news started coming out. So we started seeing things like the Arbitrum link, we saw new announcements for the platform, just loads of news, and it was all centered around this chart. The minute the breakout happened, all the news started dropping. It was brilliant. Next move for Opulous, well, it looks like it's formed a bit of support here, which was support here, and then now support. Could we get a move up to here? Yeah. Zoom out. This is the next level we need to break. If we break 19, we go to 31 pretty quickly. So that's what I'd be watching. As soon as we break 19, we'll go to 31. So that's kind of where I'd be watching. It's where I'd be putting all my emphasis on. But realistically, once again, this is a long-term hold for us. We're not looking to sell at 31 cents. We're looking to sell at like $3. So plenty of time to go on that. Root. I don't even think I've heard of Root. Again, there's not enough info really. Let's have a look at it on a small time frame if we can. To be fair, it's up huge. 227% from October. So yeah, not sure how high it could get, but probably not the time to be buying this.
Drive my body.
Try find trade for us. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find any. Mana played out pretty much perfectly as well. So Mana played out an inverse head and shoulders. So that would look like this. This would be the shoulder, head, kind of squint a wee bit there. Tested as support here, and then it's bounced. I actually think the upside target for this is going to be pretty huge. Something like that. Yeah, so I've already drawn it. So yeah, 70 cents for Mana, I think, from here. And actually, this candle looks pretty bullish, but you can see that's the shoulder, that's the head, that's the shoulder. This is the neckline. Pumped. Once we broke the neckline, we pumped up, came back, tested as support, and we've pumped again. So we actually took profits on Mana twice. We actually traded it. Let me get rid of the head and shoulders. We traded it from this line because this was like a key level. We traded it from here. I think that was one of our best trades. I think we made about 200%. So close this. See how our trades are getting on. If we can. Look green. So in profit on 9 out of 10 trades, and we're only down 27% on 8, but we're up. We've got 3 trades up around 100% right now. So but quite comfortable letting them run for now, to be honest. We'll maybe close out a couple. Litecoin, probably close that out because it burns us every time. I saw somebody actually asked about Rune. Who asked about Rune? Rune was the only trade we've lost recently, so stay away from Rune. What's my thoughts on Sand? Yeah, I think Sand and Mana will do really well in the next bull run because there will be a metaverse narrative at some point. Meta invested so much money in it. Apple have got these new VR goggles that they've just released that no one seems to know or talk about. That to me tells me that they're going to be building something and it'll come out and everything will fly at the same time. So there'll be a metaverse narrative at some point. Where are we on Sand? It's still quite low, to be fair. Metaverse went crazy in the last bull run. What did it do? Highest candle close was what, $7? And you're getting it for 53 cents right now. So it's still pretty low, but it's the same as Mana. It's the exact same, actually. Look at this. It's the exact same pattern. Shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline's there. What have I done? Shoulders here. And look where the necklines fell. And it's literally back tested it there. So it's basically just it and Mana are going to move together. So I'll show you guys something which is quite interesting on the Bitcoin chart. So let me go to the proper one. So if we look at the 12-month candle, obviously there's not many of them, but we have pretty much erased all of 2022's losses. So this was the 2022 candle, this is the 2023 candle, and we're actually, that's the bottom, which was the 1st of January, and we're also right at the top, right at the end. So there's going to be very little wick on this candle, which if it closes above 46,300, that will be called a bullish engulfing candle. A bullish engulfing candle when basically this candle covers the entirety of this candle. That on a yearly scale is ridiculous. That'll be so bullish. If we look at the 3 months, we warned everybody. Check socials, check anything. We warned everybody. Q4, it was going to go ballistic, and so far we are up 62% in Q4. We've still got a week to go. But yeah, get involved in the copy trading. If you're not following, have a look into it. If you're not in CC Pro, get involved. Let me have a look. Thoughts on some of the big shilled coins? I mean, every coin's shilled, to be fair. Doesn't narrow it down. CAS. Yeah, up quite a lot. To be fair, it launched right in the middle of a bear market, so it might do quite well, but something's driving the price. I don't know much about it, to be fair. Utility or the narrative around it, the partnerships, just be careful with stuff like that, because if it's being shelled heavy, then somebody's making money off it. Let's have a look at the traditional stock market before it crashes. So the Dow Jones is now putting a new all-time high. When this rolls over, it's going to be messy. And the Nasdaq is 50 minutes away from putting in its highest weekly close in history. And the S&P 500 is still a bit short. Look at gold. So we've been talking about gold all year. Told members to buy it down at 1830, and we are currently up at $2,053. We smashed our target. We put this target up here about 2,100. We expected it to hit in Q1 next year. We've already hit it, but it'd be nice to get a close up here in the next few weeks. Let's go back to Bitcoin. See how we're playing out. Just looks like we're consolidating. Yeah, consolidating. Hopefully for another leg up. It does look like this is quite bullish. Such a tight range. Pumped up. So if this broke up, and it was a bull flag as they call it, then the next target is 45.7. So that's kind of where you'd be looking for that move. But yeah, 44.5 is the level to break with a close above it, a 4-hour candle close above it, and then I think we probably start moving again quite quickly, and there will be loads of FOMO as well. Somebody asked about retail investors earlier. Let me answer that question before I go, because I thought it was a great question. How are retail investors key to a bull, seeing as the majority of them will be investing with very little knowledge and not caring about fundamentals? Because that's what causes the blow off top, because they come out in the market and they just buy what's doing well. So that causes these altcoins to go on these stupid runs. So something that's in the green, they'll just pile money into it. And retail investors have a lot of money, despite what everybody thinks. There's a lot of cash on the sidelines. There's a lot of people with a lot of money that aren't invested yet, and they just blindly pile in to anything that's pumping, and that forces it to just go on these mad, crazy runs. So that's what causes the blow off top. And they're lured in. This doesn't happen by accident. They're lured in. There will be marketing campaigns. There will be CNBC talking about certain projects. There will be a leak that Google is partnering with X coin, and that's what causes retail to hear about it, read about it, buy it, and it causes these mad runs, and then it crashes, and the retail investor gets caught holding the bags, while all smart money, which hopefully we are smart money, have already exited the market. And then the last thing was just somebody asked about the leverage. So you always have to go to the shared trades or the current trades rather than the positions. Go to the current trades section, not positions. I don't know why BitGet have it set up separately, but the current trades are the exact leverage, take profit, stop loss, as us. Positions is slightly different. So yeah, that would be my advice. Does everyone listen to the podcast? We have two very special guests coming up on the podcast in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you're tuned into that. Make sure you're in CC Pro, or you're at least gifting it to someone for Christmas, and you can earn yourself a share of the revenue from every membership you gift. So if you give 2-3 memberships out, you get a cut of the revenue. And what better way to celebrate 2024 than with somebody else making money? And that's us. Thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoyed that. We'll be back on our live stream between Christmas and New Year. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great Christmas. Thanks very much. See you soon.